Hello, Journals for Life fans. This is Andrea, and I am here to set up my new Findings Everyday Notebook. I hope you join along with me. Grab your kit, grab your add ons, some of the items from the collection, whatever you have, grab it out and set up with me today. So here I am just getting out all of my supplies. Every month, I kind of do a batch scrap kind of a deal. It's just how I think and what I like to do. So I pulled out all of the inks that I feel match the kit that I want to use. Then I pull out my dies and die cut shapes. All of these dies can be found in the shop. And I thought with such beautiful pieces of die cuts and ephemera in the Brighton Bow Bunny papery pack this month that it would be fun to do a specimen slide for the front of my notebook this month. So I am gluing in a acetate window to kind of make it look like it's a slide. You don't have to do that if you don't have that, but I just put it in for a little extra oomph. And then I thought this beautiful orange monarch, maybe monarch, I'm not sure, butterfly would look beautiful in the slide. So I am building it here. These specimen slide dies are fun. You can cut off the back and then pop that it up so it kind of gives it a little bit of dimension. Here I just wanted it flat on the front, so I just left it like it is. So I'm looking for some different pieces to layer underneath the specimen die, and I have settled on this lace piece that's also in the Brighton Bow Bunny papery pack that's part of the add-ons for this month. And at this point I couldn't find my tape runner, so I was just going with the glue that I had there on hand. Later on I find my tape runner and I use it interchangeably. It doesn't really matter as long as it's paper glue. It's really just preference. I use both, switch between both, or whatever it is I have on my desk. So there were some cute little paper clips in the pack and the kit. It's exclusive to the kit, so I put one on the front just to give it a little bit of decoration. These tags I made in another video, and you can go and see it. Scroll back a couple videos, and I took the 49 in Market Nature Study wings and also the mushrooms rub-ons and a stack of tags and used the rub-ons, and then I did a little bit of stamping as well with the kit stamp. And then here you see me tying on some twine. That is the Life Grids words stamp that has all of the days, months, years, you name it. So I pull this out quite a lot. It also has a set of numbers. It's a very versatile set and I use it a lot. It coordinates with the Life Grid's other stamps. There are some journal spots and a ticket, I think, and you can stamp all of these things inside the grids and the tickets. So here I'm using a saltwater taffy distress oxide just to give the little tag a little bit of something interesting to look at. That little tag comes on the flip out die, and you saw in the beginning that I cut out the flip out die, the peekaboo pocket die, the specimen slide die, and the small pockets from the flip out page, and then the small tags from the flip out page die. So that's what this little tag is from, the small one. It has a little tag. It has two size tags. So I am happy with that. It is my September 2023 setup. So I've got my front page and my cover done. This is the Peekaboo Pocket die that's in the shop. You can put a piece of clear acetate in the front, or you can just use the card so you see through the pocket or the window there. And the stamps that I make, I always include some fun elements that you can stamp right on that tab that comes up. So this month I have a cute little viewfinder and a button that stamps right on that cute tab. So here I am assembling. I almost did the wrong thing. You see me wiping the glue off. I've done that before. I forgot that I'm not trying to glue the tabs, I'm trying to glue the acetate. And then I remember to flip things down and put some glue on the outside flaps to adhere it onto my page. So here's another one of those washi butterflies from the papery pack. And you can see in a second when I assemble the pocket that the butterfly just kind of does a peekaboo right there. It's really cute, great pocket to have in your stash. So this is how I go through and set up. I know there are certain dies and elements I want to use. I generally cut out the same dies every single month out of the matching paper and just have them in a stack on the left, as you see. I also have the nested postage die that I'll be using in my next video. And I just keep flipping the page and placing things where I want them. That was the flip out page die that has those cute little tags and little elements on there. So this flip out page with the tab, I'm just adhering it here. On the inside flap, you can put another piece of paper down, one of the 4x8s that come with the kit. For this one, since I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, I took some of the washi from the Simply Home kit in March. It coordinates really nice with that black and white theme, and left it there. When I saw this dark green page, I knew that I wanted to put these wood pockets on it. Again, these little pockets are on the flip out page die, and two of them fit on a page. They're made to go horizontal or vertical. And the tags that I'm going to place inside also are on that die. You can cut them out to fit that exact pocket. And you can see that I did liquid glue first and I got impatient, and so now I'm using my tape runner. I will say that I went back and used the liquid glue to tape it down because the tape runner doesn't hold the pockets down, pulling those tags in and out. So I do recommend using a liquid glue to make sure it's a little more permanent. So that is the tag stacker die. You can use it in either orientation, the short tag orientation or the long tag orientation. I had a bunch of small pieces and small tags, so I knew that I was going to use it in the short tag formation. So I could put some small pieces of ephemera at the bottom. And you see that I got some tape runner on my book. So later on, I start moving my book out of the way so I don't accidentally overshoot the tape runner. And I have a EK Success powder tool that I just dabbed it with some of the powder because I most likely will add paper onto the right side of the page. I just don't know what that looks like yet. So here are some more tags that I made with the 49 and Market wings and mushrooms rub-ons. And I thought that they would look really cute in this tag stacker die. And you can tell in the middle it has a gusset for a long piece of paper. It's made to have park maps or just large pieces of ephemera or another card so you get more real estate out of your book. I knew I wanted two postage dies on that page. I wasn't sure what I'm going to do with them. I want to ink them up, so I just left them in the book to remind myself that that's what I want to do. So that large piece of paper also, and this one, came from the Bow Bunny Brighton kit. It comes with tons of nice large pieces of paper and stackable ephemera. They're very thin, so it's great for these notebooks. It doesn't make them too bulky, but makes it interesting. Here are some more peekaboo, another peekaboo die pocket, and I'm going to make an album out of this. So I've cut 3 of the cards, and I decided to make like a little mini album to stick into that pocket. I don't know exactly what that'll look like in the end. So I place it on the page to get ready. But those 3 cards there are going to be a little mini album. It'll be a class a little bit later, so I hope to share that with you. I just really dig this dark green color, and I got a couple add-on papers so I could use that green paper over and over. So I set up my little envelope on that page. I decided to move the nested postage dies to another page, another pink page to set up. Here's another large piece from that papery pack, this one too. So I just went through and pasted them on pages that I thought they coordinated. Here's another one of that green pieces of paper that I'm really digging. This envelope I accidentally taped down the wrong way. I taped it down backwards, so it doesn't matter though. I ended up cutting the flap off, and I'm going to put a couple of these specimen dies in there with photos in them. So I'll show you that a little bit later as I start printing photos and working through it this month. It's just nice to have a little bit of a foundation already set up, so I'm not starting from scratch. I generally don't go layout to layout to layout. Sometimes I do, but a lot of times I batch scrap just like this. I set up a few things that I know that I like. I know myself, and then I'll go back and just fill in my photos and papers and journaling later. But I know that I'll like these pockets where they're at. I have all of these dies are perfect for travel notebooks. They fit on the pages beautifully. It's really hard to go wrong. And so as long as it all coordinates and colors coordinate, I've got a lot of room to play with. So here I ordered some different trims to see what I would like to carry in the shop, and I'm really digging this ruffle. I had some in the Girl Talk kit, some pink or taffy colored ruffles that was in the embellishment pack. I really enjoyed it. And here were some other samples that the manufacturer sent me. I'm considering offering this, so let me know if you like these little ruffles, if you like a little extra on your page. They're nice and thin enough to not be too bulky. I think I went through like 3 pairs of scissors. I finally got out my fabric scissors, and those worked. Cut them nice and clean. So if you like trims like this, let me know. I'm considering definitely offering some in the shop. So here's me trying that out here with this green trim. This is one of my favorite colors. I love going into fall. I love the start of autumn. I know that September is still finishing up summer a little bit, but I really like this time of year. And I just keep pasting these on. That tape runner holds them really well. I did go back on some of the pages and I stapled it down on each end just to make sure that it stayed. But for the most part, when I adhere trims like this, I use my tape runner. Liquid glue doesn't really help unless you use a bowl nose clip or a binder clip to clamp it down. So a lot of times the glue soaks into the fabric, but a tape runner has always been my go-to. Couple places I got sticky pages, so I grabbed out my EK Success tool and made sure that all teeny tiny little sticky spots were covered. It's one of my favorite tools, especially if you don't do page protectors. It just keeps your book nice and clean. So here are my foundation pages. It is ready to go. I found a couple other little sticky spots in my final flip through just to kind of look and see what I've got. I'm happy with my placement, and that's pretty much it. So let's get started together.